Anyway, so I've been streaming probably. I also have to make the for next week. #21 plus. Anyway, it's officially fall here, if you can't tell. Also, where have I been? What have I been doing? And what's going on? All of that coming up. If I don't break and fall on this chair. Might not make the whole video, but I guess let's go. Summer came and went. The biggest thing, and I've been talking to a couple of my girlfriends about it, that I have just been lost, literally. Like, I have been struggling with where I want to put my focus and what I want to actually be doing and progressing in. So I've been doing what I always do and diving into a different hobby or doing something else that distracts me from anything else that I possibly need to be getting done. Lately, it's been reading. I know there could be worse hobbies, there could be worse things to do. And I'm not saying reading's bad. It's great. I love it. And I'm super excited that I got back into it, as I've said in videos before, and quite often on TikTok and on Instagram, if you follow me on there still. And I am just struggling. So now I'm trying to take the steps and using fall as my stepping stone to step back into everything that I want. And I feel like I've kindly, I think that was supposed to be kinda and finally, found what I want to be doing along with making content. And I haven't been posting much because like I said, I have been lost. I genuinely don't know, like I didn't know, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, what I want to like encompass as a whole. And it has been very hard, and I know that sounds strange because I now like have like a full time of time to be able to do whatever I want, which is very daunting and yes, very exciting, but I haven't been taking the steps I need to get there. And that's on me. It's been a lot of self-reflection and realizing that I need to put more pressure on myself. I have gotten too comfortable with not doing much, which sounds strange for me to say out loud because it's very strange for me as a person to be doing that. Like, it just sounds strange when I say it because I've just been somebody that's always constantly working, always constantly moving, always constantly pushing. But I think I have finally had my breakthrough, I guess, and now I can move forward with everything that I want to do. A big part of what I was struggling on was that I bit off way too much. I wanted to do reading and art and gaming and everything, and all I can't. I know that I can do all those things because that has always been my platform, has been quite literally life and my lifestyle and every little thing that I do in it and everything that branches off. But it became very overwhelming to create specific content on that since that's not what I've been doing. So I'm going to like insert all of the like different clips of things that I've been talking about because I have been recording, I just haven't been posting, and I say that in part of this as well. So I want to include all of those clips as well as what I want to do next. And okay, I would just like to also say, this is not sponsored or anything. I just really wanted to enjoy a drink while I was talking with you guys. This is the Blake's Hard Cider Company, American Apple. It's fall. Jay and I usually wait for the fall to drink this one because it's just very refreshing in fall. Anyway. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Oh, I'm a mess. Welcome back. I can't believe May is already done and gone. We're in January now. That's nuts. So I figured we could touch base, do a little recap on all of the things that were May, which was actually a fairly busy month. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, let's go recap. So recap on May. I think I read 5 books, which was super exciting, especially because in the series that I'm reading now, Throne of Glass, there are 8 books. So that means I read 3 of them last month, 1 of them the month before, and these next like 3 that are in the series, I think I'm on 4 or 5 now. I think I'm on 5. So if I'm on 5, I still have 3 more, and all of them are like literally 800 pages. So, okay, well, I guess that's done. Which is, I mean, it's sweet because that means there's so much going on, and there's so many like backstories in Throne of Glass, and like not really backstories, but like kind of like a secondary main character is happening right now in this like book, and it's just kind of sweet. Like, it just, the whole thing of it is pretty sweet. So I read quite a bit. I also read, what are those other ones? Oh, Ninth House and Hellbent, which are dark academia books, and they're really great. Honestly, I'll just go into a different in-depth like book review in a different video. But last month, again, back to recapping May, other than the books I read, I got a ton of landscaping done, which was super exciting. I also went down to Tennessee to visit my sister. I was down there for a little under a week to hang out with her and my niece and my brother-in-law. It was really great. We went to this brewery, which was really cool. It's like a self-serve one, which, like, what? And you get this little like swipe card, kind of like at Dave & Buster's, and you put it in whichever like beer you want to try, and you just pay by the ounce, and it just charges your card like by the ounce, which is pretty fucking cool. And yeah, we sat there and ate before we went to the Dayseeker concert, which was also awesome. There were 2 other bands that I didn't know, but they were pretty good. And then there was another band, Rain City Drive, who I saw previously before they rebranded from Slaves into Rain City Drive, and that was really awesome. And then when I came back, Justin had gotten me tickets to see NF for my birthday, and the concert was also last month, and we got to go see NF, and just, it, like, part of me was just unbelievably happy, because it was just, like, I have wanted to see him for since, like, college, so it was super exciting to finally get to go to one of his concerts, especially being in Detroit, which is just, like, pretty cool, because he's not from Detroit, but, like, outside of Detroit, and it was just, like, really, really cool. So that was super exciting, too. What else did we do last month? I feel like so much flew by. All right, now that I can, like, be heard, again, don't mind my brakes, dude. Oh, we're green. Oh. Okay, so I got my car washed, and now I need to get groceries, but I'm also just gonna go to Target because I feel like just walking around, and I really just want to walk around. Now, I probably tomorrow will like go to the gym and then go to some stores, because I don't know, I just want to see what's out. I want to go walk around like TJ Maxx and, well, usually Marshalls or Home Goods. I really like walking around. Just kind of do like a date day tomorrow and see, I don't know, go with what I feel. Maybe go shopping, we'll see, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, today's a pretty chill day. Like I said, no gym, because I don't know, man. I woke up and I was like, it's just not the move today. It's just not the move. And after yesterday, my body was so tired, I feel like I could not handle that at all. So I didn't want to put myself through more shit if I just wasn't feeling it, dude. And my legs are still sore. Partially, and honestly, Justin was like, why? He's like, well, he asked me if I was taking vitamins. And I was like, that's kind of a weird question. But then I was like, whatever, no. But like, why? And he was like, well, with those steroids, you probably took like a huge dip in like everything in your body. Like everything basically depleted once you were like, nah. So I definitely think he's fucking right. And I don't want to take vitamins like now, I guess. I don't know. Because if I take like a B vitamin and shit, I'm going to get like so much more energy. And like, yes, I want energy right now because I'm going to be doing stuff. But at the same time, I don't want to be too wired to not be able to sleep again. So I'm like having a hard time rebalancing whatever the fuck is going on in my body. And so I'm trying to just stick to like coffee only, these V8 drinks, which are like a cup of coffee, like it's like 80 milligrams or something of caffeine, and then you get like your veggies and shit too, so it's like but it's definitely, I don't know, taking it one day at a time. So I'm about to get groceries, hang out. I honestly, like, I know that this video is gonna be so long because I put so much in it and I haven't posted in like the last couple months. I just want to do an entire recap and like actually post and do stuff, because I mean, it's what I want to do. I just have such a hard time sometimes just posting the video. And I know I've talked about this quite a bit on my channel, and like not as much on TikTok and stuff, and less on Instagram, because YouTube is really where I'm the most open, because it is the more long form of content that I can post and like actually explain everything. So, I mean, that's a big factor in it as well. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But I've obviously been posting on other like socials as well. I know like Snapchat is now, instead of just being for friends, it's more of like a social networking, social media platform. But it's not for me. It's still not for me. I loved it when I was like in college, and I want like the videos and memories off of it, but at the same time I don't care a lot. A big part of me doesn't care. It does, but it doesn't, and I don't know. But I won't, like, it was just brought up in another content creator's video that she was like talking about how it is more of a social media platform now, and it's less like just friends. It's more a lot of like influencers and stuff like that. But it's, again, still not for me. So I'll try to be more consistent on YouTube. I haven't looked into like shorts and stuff. I don't know if you guys follow that as much. So if you want, comment and tell me what platform you use the most. And if it's Snapchat, I apologize because I won't be using it, but let me know. I also have an entire idea of rebranding my content as a whole. This channel would keep its name, maybe. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with that because I want all of the names on all of my platforms to be the same, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like me to have them all the same. So I'm really struggling with that and how I want to move forward with that. So we'll see. This is the longest light in the history of man, I swear. But, yep. Jess and I we also went to the bookstore this weekend, and I was so excited. Justin got himself the Lord of the Rings book bundle set, and then he got me, I think it was like 4 new books. So I'm excited because now the TBR stack is stacking. Last month I read 8 books, and I think I could have read more, but some of those books were 600 to 900 pages. So I only read 3 books that were 600, and the other 5 books I read were about 300 pages apiece. So I think I could read way more than 8. So I'm gonna try and see if I can. I mean, I don't want to stress myself out and like focus too hard on it, because I enjoy reading again, and I don't want to be like, oh my god, you're putting so much pressure on yourself, and then I don't want to read ever again, because I don't know, I enjoy it and I want to keep it being enjoyable. I don't want it to be a task, so I don't really want to set too many goals, I guess, for reading, just because I feel like that puts so much pressure on the enjoyment of it. So it's more like if I don't know, I don't want to call it a, but I know goals aren't bad, but we'll see. But I did read 8 last month, so, and I think that's the most I've read in a month all year, which is super exciting. And I've almost, I think I'm like 60% done with my reading challenge, which was 35 books this year. And I said that because honestly I didn't think I was gonna reach it, only because I just got back into reading, so I was really unsure on how much time I would have and what I would be doing and what books I would even want to read, because there are like probably 5 other books in my stacks that I haven't finished. Like I have read probably 30 pages into one, 60 pages in another, like just random ones that I haven't fully completed, which whatever. I want to finish them. It was just, I don't think I was in a place of reading when I started those, so it was like kind of hard, but so we're gonna see. I might go back and finish some of those, but I really want to get through the ones in my TBR stack because they're newer, and like I just got Fourth Wing, and I really want to read that one because the new one comes out next year. And I know, Whitney, that's so far away. I know, but I want to read both of them before, so I can be on trend with everybody else and like on time with everybody else when they get the new one too. And also I'm still waiting for the next book in A Court of Thorns and Roses. So not saying she needs to hurry up, but she needs to hurry up in the nicest way possible. I love you so much. But I am gonna go shopping. Honestly, probably not even gonna shop here, but I'm gonna like shop around. I'm gonna just window shop basically at Target and walk around before I go grocery shopping and do stuff that I like have to do. Another month has gone by, and another month of all of my content that I've recorded and not posted is sitting in my phone. Typical. What did I do this last month? A lot, but also not a lot, but also a lot. I hung out with my sister. She was in town for like a week. I mean, I saw her for a couple days. We had a sibling trip to Cedar Point. That was really fun. I haven't been to Cedar Point in a very long time, which if you guys aren't from the States or like especially the Midwest, Cedar Point is an amusement park in Ohio. Has a Top Thrill Dragster 2, which we didn't get to go on because it was down again, whatever. We're also taking a trip later in August to celebrate one of Jay's friends' sobriety, and he wanted to go to Cedar Point for that, so we're gonna do that. So that'll be really fun, and I can go again, and hopefully the dragster will be up and running. Let's hope so. Also, what I did in July, I read a lot. Actually, 9 books to be exact. Here's the stack. Oh my god, they almost fell. I recorded a TikTok about these and what I thought of them, and I dropped them all over yesterday, actually. So the start of August now, since we're on August day 2, I unfortunately have another passing. Jay's grandmother just passed away. We found out this morning, so that is very unfortunate. Apparently this is just our year of loss, which is very shitty to feel that and go through that, but that is life and that's what is happening. So that sucks. But yesterday on the 1st, I bought a shit ton of wood and a saw, and I was so excited because I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna build this bench because we're building a bench in our kitchen. And I was so excited because I was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna build this bench, and I was gonna get probably half of it done yesterday, and then realized, how am I gonna cut this? Not that I didn't buy a saw, because I did a power saw, a cute little saw. I have nothing to cut it on. I tried sitting on the end that I was cutting and then using, don't do this. Don't do this. This was me being stupid. And I sat, okay, this is the plank of wood. Okay, let's say that. I sat on this side trying to cut. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to cut this side. My ass is weighing down this side of the wood, trying to cut this on my deck. So I'm sitting on the stairs, holding my ass on this, okay? Stairs, me, plank of wood, sitting here trying to cut this evenly, and I was shaking everywhere. Fucking, I didn't get it fully cut because it's like, if this doesn't come out straight, I'm gonna be pissed, and then I wasted a lot of wood. So I stopped, and then I ordered a sawhorse, which doesn't get here till tomorrow, so that will be a next week project, because I really want the bench done before fall and before the holidays. One, because I want to set up the kitchen table, and I want it to be super cute, and we need a new kitchen table that's gonna fit. I already have one picked out, but like, we're not gonna get it until like I'm starting the build, because that just doesn't make sense to have a huge table sitting somewhere that we can't keep it. That's okay. So, but learned that you need a sawhorse if you're gonna be cutting things. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. So this month did not start out with like a 10 out of 10. Obviously, we've had some hiccups, but it's getting there. Also, this weekend we're celebrating our roommate's birthday. Her birthday's on Sunday, but we're gonna go out Saturday and do some stuff. So Sunday I will probably be in bed most of the day. I'm actually hoping not, because I really don't want to feel sick all day. Like, I hate wasting an entire day just because I was out drinking. So I'll probably just have a couple drinks, like feel a nice, like loose, and just like have a good time. But mostly I don't want to be sitting in bed all day or hacking up a lung, because my hangovers have never been good, and I really, as I'm getting older, they are just worse. So I'm really trying just not to do that to myself, because it's not a good time. I miss talking to you guys, which I know I say all the time, but things happen, and that's just the way that it goes. My brain can only handle so much, as I know that you all know, but slowly, surely getting back into it. Also, I got a new cookbook. Actually, it's right here, so that's exciting. I got this new cookbook, seriously, so good, and I made what's today, Friday? So I made 4 recipes out of this book already. I made a couple tweaks to them, but they were so freaking good. So freaking good. Literally. Seriously, so good. And I'm actually making this tonight. It's like a Hawaiian chicken bowl. I'm pumped. It's gonna taste so good. Ha ha ha. So good. But seriously. And there's not a recipe in there that literally everyone thought was amazing. Like, I made tilapia coconut tacos Monday. So fucking good. The only difference in the recipe is that I added pineapple to the mango salsa, because I personally don't love mango salsa unless it's got pineapple in it. Like, I love the flavor of mango. I love all the different spices and the seasonings and the onions and all of that, but I don't like, I just love the extra citrus, and maybe it's like not citrus because pineapple's not citrus, the extra like acidity like that the pineapple adds. I think it's the perfect freaking touch. So if you have this book, or if you're trying a mango salsa recipe in general, adding the pineapple in there is just such a good flavor enhancement. Or maybe you don't like pineapple and you just want to do the mango, that's great too. That's great too. I thrifted this table. It was $5, and I'm mosaicing it so it can go outside. The top is done. Well, mostly done. I need to put grout in the cracks and everything, but I'm also doing like all of the legs. So it's gonna take a bit more time, but this is so far, and this is going to be like one of the tables that we put outside in our back patio area that I've been working on, which also is going to be probably not completed until like next year, because it is a lot of work. And despite what HGTV shows and what people who have endless income shows, that doesn't work in a month. So my next project is building the kitchen bench and getting our kitchen to be more cozy and comfortable and homey. So that is what's upcoming, at least next week. That and then reading. I have dwindled my TBR stack a little bit. There's some books that I refuse to read because the second one doesn't come out until like halfway through next year, so I don't want to read it now because I just don't. So I'm waiting to read some of them. Also, there's another book that I really want to read, but since I have the paperback, I don't want to buy. The second book is already out, but only the hardcover is out, and I don't want to buy the hardcover of the second when I have the paperback of the first, because I don't like when they're mixed matched. It just doesn't look good on the bookshelf, and I'm just not a fan of that. Not that it's a bad thing, and yes, people do that all the time, but I don't want to end up buying a third book just because I bought one that was a hardcover and one that was paperback. Like, I'd rather get either all hardcover or all paperback, so that's just the way that it goes. And why most books come out a year later in a paperback has me just floored. I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't understand it. But I also don't know publishing, and I don't know how all of that works, so I can't speak on it, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. So I have quite a few. There's a few books that are just like a duology that I'm really excited to read this month. I'm currently reading a book called Gothicana. It is a dark romance gothic fantasy, and I am pumped. I'm 80 pages in, and it is like, I'm going upstairs to read it in like 2 minutes because I'm so excited. And like the characters are like, I'm ready to eat this shit up. So ready. So ready. So that's the recap on like the last 2 months pretty much, and what's coming up this week. I hope to see y'all soon. If you come by and stream, let me know. Hang out. If not, I'm always on Instagram and TikTok, so I will see y'all there. Thanks for hanging out. See you later. But where I'm going next and what I'm doing, I want to do so what I'm doing is a challenge for myself, and that challenge is breaking down and doing an entire timeline as a series for this channel. I think that would be really fun. I think it will get you guys to know me more and all of like my backstory, the lore, as everybody's saying now, which I think is super cute, especially now that I'm like reading so many books. I don't know, I think it's cute. To get the whole encompass lore of the Savage Life. I think that that's really cool, and I think it's really fun. So I am going to be putting out a video weekly. I'm hoping to be back on weekly and do a portion of my life. I have like already started like drafts of this timeline, and I think I'll just make it, like I've only written it down, and I think I want to make it kind of like green screen it in the background if I can for like a little bit at the beginning of each of these series, and kind of point out like where we are, what we're moving through of my life, the stuff that I've overcome, the stuff that I still am grieving about, people passing, graduating college, moving away, like all of these things that I feel I've barely touched on in my entire span of creating. And I want to challenge myself, and if you want to challenge yourself too, even if it's not recording, even if it's just journaling and just writing out everything and kind of like doing a timeline of your life, and like stuff that like made you really happy and stuff that made you sad and stuff that made you angry, or stuff that you just grew from, or stuff that you now can look back on and be like, oh shit, that did help, or wow, why did I do that? I don't know, I just think it'd be fun. So that's what I'm gonna plan on doing for, I don't know, the next coming months. And while I'm doing that, we'll see how often I can put out more content of just like daily vlogs and things like that. If I do put out daily vlogs, I'm thinking I might utilize the stories on here, or what are they called, shorts, on YouTube more, because I haven't really been using my platform on YouTube like at all. I've been very focused on Instagram as well as TikTok. And honestly, Instagram I've kind of taken a step back from because I, again, just feel kind of lost on what I want to create, what I want to say, like how I want my platform to be not only perceived, but how I want to not like relate to everybody, but how I want to like be wholly seen, because I feel that there are only so many bits and parts, and granted there will always be bits and parts because not everybody will see every single part of my life, but I want it to be more encompassing as myself as a whole and something more relatable and raw that everyone can like be a part of as well, which is kind of what I've wanted in the first place. But for a while I did take a step back from a lot of content creation. I have been streaming still, but I did take a step back from like main posts. I've really only been posting on stories and sometimes my blog Instagram. I haven't even been on my blog website in so long, which like is kind of sad, but I have gotten back into writing again. And actually I normally write poetry because it feels easy to get my emotions out that way, but I'm now currently working on, and I wanted to have that one done and compiled into an actual book that I could publish, but that probably won't be happening for a while, or maybe ever, because it hits a little close to home for me, and I don't know if I'm ready to feel that open with something so close to me. But that being said, I'm currently writing a series of novels. They are like a thriller, smutty mystery kind of. Very dark, but I am doing them as like a twist on my life, which is kind of how I got the idea for doing this timeline of like these consistent videos of my timeline, because that's kind of how these novels will be. Although it's not real, the things that I'm creating and twisting, it is based off real events, it's based off my life, and I just think twisting it in a way of making it like a dark read, a thriller, is more comforting to me than being open with everything that's gone on, or like releasing my poetry, I guess. I want to be open with everything that's going on. I just feel like my poetry is very personal, and that sounds weird, I know, because I'm like putting all my everything out on the internet anyway, but it's just it's mine, and I want to keep it mine for now. So maybe down the road I'll be able to put that out, but currently I'm writing something else and working on this is my new project. And I think as long as I keep it in mind as a project and not being as a job or something that I have to do, makes it a lot more comforting and a lot more bite-sized for me to enjoy and want to do. It's like, you get to work on this project today, you get to work on like a little bit of this, or like, and then I don't know, makes sense to me in my brain. So that's how I'm looking at it, and I'm really excited to try something new. We'll see how it goes. This is the hope. And excuse me. As for other platforms, I don't know if or when I'll be back. But if you want to keep up with me, then check out this channel, my YouTube. More everyday content will be on my Instagram as always. I do post quite a bit on TikTok, and I've also been posting more about books and like things that I've been reading lately. This is all just new. This is like my TBR for the next couple months, because last month I actually did read 11 books, and I'm very, very proud of myself for that. I read an entire series, and as well as like some novels, which was really cool. And I think reading has helped me get back into what I've wanted quite a bit, which is really great. And being back reading is very comforting and makes me like feel pretty good. I feel accomplished, so that's nice because I haven't had that feeling in a while. And maybe once I start this, I'll feel more of that and be able to celebrate more and more accomplishments, whether they're small or not. As always, thanks for hanging out. Check out the other socials if you want to see me, and I will see you guys next time.